ritual. Same old ritual. Same time every night, same spot, same old ritual. The thought that this time will be different, lying, same old ritual. And trying is the word I use loosely. Same old ritual. I lose me every time I start the sequence. Same old ritual. The reason sound legitimate at first. Same old ritual. The thirst dressed up as a reasonable idea. Same old ritual. I hear myself explaining it away. Same old ritual. And hey, I believed it every version. Same old ritual. Immersion. Same old ritual. The automatic. Same old ritual. The dramatic pause before I do it. Same old ritual. Same old ritual. And I know same old ritual. The show has the same ending every season. Same old ritual. No reason to expect the different. Same old ritual. Indifferent to the outcome, I still do it. Same old ritual. See through it. Same old ritual. I've written down the pattern, mapped it. Same old ritual. I've capped it in the notebook, underlined it. Same old ritual. I've defined it. Every trigger, every sequence. Same old ritual. The piece is written, unimplemented. Same old ritual. I spend it all, the understanding useless. Same old ritual. The ruthless loop, the knowledge not enough. Same old ritual. Obscure is not the problem, crystal clear. Same old ritual. I'm here again, right on schedule. Same old ritual. The sequel. Same old ritual. The broken, same old ritual. The spoken resolution. Monday morning, same old ritual. Adorning, same old ritual. Same old ritual. The mirror, same old ritual. And clearer is the picture, doesn't matter. Same old ritual. The shadow of the promise on the Tuesday. Same old ritual. The always was, the Thursday was the doing. Same old ritual. Pursuing. Same old ritual. I know the ritual, I built it. Same old ritual, I filled it with the comfort of the familiar. Same old ritual. Peculiar peace in a destructive pattern. Same old ritual. The Saturn of the cycle grinding slowly. Same old ritual. The only thing I keep choosing. Same old ritual. Same old ritual. Tomorrow. Same old ritual. And I know better. I know better, that's the problem. I know better, in the column of the evidence I built it. I know better, and I filled it with the case against the doing. I know better, still pursuing the exact thing I cataloged. I know better, the dialogue, conversation with the mirror. I know better, and the clearer picture makes it worse. Knowing I know better and still going toward the thing, the educated. I know better, the frustrated, and a list of my own choices. I know better, the voices. I know better, the awareness. I know better, the bareness of the gap between the knowing. I know better, and the going. I know better, and I do it anyway. I know better, and I throw away the understanding for the moment. I know better, the atonement is the morning, is the facing. I know better, still replacing the knowing with the feeling. I know better, the revealing. I've had this conversation, therapist. I know better, the catalyst was identified. The trigger, I know better, and the bigger picture drawn in full detail. I know better, and the trail to the habit mapped completely. I know better, and discreetly I return to the beginning. I know better the spinning wheel of the informed destruction. I know better the instruction manual, I wrote it. I know better, and I code it in the logic unavailing. I know better, still failing. I know better the exhaustion, I know better the frostiness of the self-regard watching. I know better the coaching, I know better, and I do it anyway. I know better the display of the knowing without the stopping. I know better the dropping of the ball, the informed fumble. I know better, and I stumble into the same corner always. I know better the hallways, knowing is not doing. I know better the viewing of the map is not the journey. I know better the attorney of the self, rest the case. I know better the face in the mirror knows it too. I know better, still the cue. I know better, I do it anyway. I know better, and 3 in the morning again. 3 in the morning again. 3 a.m. and here I am again. 3 in the morning again, the pen I was going to use for the writing. 3 in the morning again, the fighting with the sleep that never came. 3 in the morning again, the same blue screen, the same decision. 3 in the morning again, the vision of the version that goes to bed at 10. 3 in the morning again, and when did I last see that version? 3 in the morning again, immersion in the late night, the familiar. 3 in the morning again, peculiar comfort in the dark hour ritual. 3 in the morning again, habitual. 3 in the morning again, the ceiling. 3 in the morning again, the feeling of the same mistake arriving. 3 in the morning again, surviving. 3 in the morning again, no surprise again. 3 in the morning again, I keep coming back. 3 in the morning again, still off the track. 3 in the morning again, I fall, I adapt. 3 in the morning again, I set the alarm ambitious. 3 in the morning again, vicious optimism of the previous evening. 3 in the morning again, leaving the best intentions at the bedside. 3 in the morning again, the inside, the knowledge of how this ends. 3 in the morning again, the bends in the road, I've memorized them. 3 in the morning again, I've sized them up and taken the same turn. 3 in the morning again, I learn nothing new, the same professor. 3 in the morning again, the lesser self, the one who stays up late. 3 in the morning again, the wait. 3 in the morning again, the lesson. 3 in the morning again, the session of the night recurring. is what I'm not. Inside the loop, 3 in the morning again. The group of 1 to 3 a.m. club. 3 in the morning again. The hub of the bad decision is this hour. 3 in the morning again. The power. 3 in the morning again. No surprise again. 3 in the morning again. I keep coming back. 3 in the morning again. Still off the track. In the morning again. I fall, I adapt. 3 in the morning again. 3 in the morning again. The alarm at 7. 3 in the morning again. Promise versus actual. Synth in the 3rd bar, bass in the 5th, drums on the 6th. I described him clearly, the one I've become, the version I promised, the summer lessons, the version I promised. I'd earned the right, the version I promised, still lurking in the blueprint, the version I promised, still unbuilt in the promising. Beautiful in the construction, never started, the version I promised, departed into the perpetual tomorrow. I borrow him for conversations, the version I promised, the patience, the version I promised, the distance, the version I promised, the persistence of the gap between the talking. The version I promised, still walking. The version I promised, he's still in my head. The version I promised, I fed him every New Year, every Monday, the one day that never materialized. The version I promised, I sized up the distance, still wide. The version I promised inside. He works out early, the version I promised, burly, discipline, a tight schedule. The version I promised, the sequel that improves on the original. The version I promised, marginal, is the kindest word. The factual evidence tells a different story. The version I promised, the glory, still theoretical. The version I promised, I told on myself. The version I promised, the vision. The version I promised, the decision never quite made. The version I promised to write on a page, still need, while the real thing stays out of reach. The version I promised, he's still in my head. The version I promised, instead of becoming him up the scribe, I'm the version I promised. I've given him a full portrait. The version I promise, the portrait hangs, the painter doesn't show. The version I promised, I know. What if I stopped describing him? The version I promised, the brim of the ready, meeting the doing, the version I promised, pursuing the becoming, not the talking. The version I promised, start walking toward the one I keep discussing. The version I promised, trusting. The version I promised, still waiting. The version I promised, and same ghost, different outfit. Bass deep on bar 2, drum stepping on bar 3. Yeah. Change the scenery, same protagonist. Old ghost, new clothes, the gist is the habit. Doesn't care about the postcode. Old ghost, new clothes, the code travels with me, unpacked first. Old ghost, new clothes. first finds the same source, different label. Old ghost, new clothes, enable myself the relocation. Old ghost, new clothes, the nation I moved to met the pattern. Old ghost, new clothes, the Saturn return. Same ghost, new hemisphere. Old ghost, new clothes, I hear the familiar in the different. Old ghost, new clothes, indifferent. Old ghost, new clothes, the haunting. Old ghost, new clothes, the daunting realization I brought them. Old ghost, new clothes, I've caught them. Old ghost, new clothes, the same story. Old ghost, new clothes, the glory of the new beginning, temporary. Old ghost, new clothes, the very ghost I moved to escape. Old ghost, new clothes, the landscape changes the ghost, the stowaway. Old ghost, new clothes, the same play. New relationship, same arguments. Old ghost, new clothes, the entertainment value watching. Old ghost, new clothes, the notching of the familiar fight. Old ghost, new clothes, the night has the same shape in every city. Old ghost, new clothes, the pity. Old ghost, new clothes, the luggage. Old ghost, new clothes, the trudge of the unexamined. Old ghost, new clothes, the famine. Old ghost, new clothes, the same story. Old ghost, new clothes, the territory of the self, unchanged by movement. Old ghost, new clothes, improvement requires more than the geography. Old ghost, new clothes, the biography continues in the new apartment. Old ghost, new clothes, the department. The ghost doesn't live in the house. Old ghost, new clothes, the grouse of the relocated was the thinking. Old ghost, new clothes, the linking of the pattern to the place. Old ghost, new clothes, the face in the mirror, same address. Old ghost, new clothes, confess. Old ghost, new clothes, still here. Old ghost, new clothes. Last time I meant it, I promised I'd stop, I sent it to the universe, the commitment. I promised I'd stop the fitted version of the resolution. I promised I'd stop the solution, was the promising profoundly. I promised I'd stop and soundly slept at night, the certainty. I promised I'd stop internally, the matter settled, decided. I promised I'd stop and guided by the conviction briefly. I promised I'd stop reliably, the conviction faded. I promised I'd stop elated. I promised I'd stop the sincerity. I promised I'd stop the clarity of the moment real and passing. I promised I'd stop the grasping. I promised I'd stop, and here I am. I promised I'd stop the diagram of the cycle. Promise breaking, promising. I promised I'd stop in fashioning new reasons for the old behavior. I promised I'd stop the savior of the self, the Monday morning. I promised I'd stop adorning. I promised in so many formats. I promised I'd stop the doormats of the self, my promises. I promised I'd stop the premises. I've never held the structure up. I promised I'd stop the cup of the intention ceremonially raised. I promised I'd stop in days by the morning's aim as always. I promised I'd stop the hallways of the broken resolution. I promised I'd stop the solution. I promised I'd stop the recurring. I promised I'd stop the blurring of the lines between the meaning it. I promised I'd stop the screening it. I promised I'd stop, and here I am. I promised I'd stop the scam I run on the self, the weekly. I promised I'd stop and meekly return promised I'd stop the diet. Promising I'm doing. I promised I'd stop the pursuing of the stopping through the promising. I promised I'd stop the glistening of the intention without the motion. I promised I'd stop the ocean of the words, the drought of action. I promised I'd stop the fraction. I promised I'd stop tomorrow. I promised I'd stop and self-designed trap, self-designed trap, self-designed trap, self-designed trap. I drew the blueprint personally, my own worst architect, and free was my intention for the structure. My own worst architect, the rupture in the plan, my own revision. My own worst architect, the vision that I built with my hands. My own worst architect, the bands of the habit I installed them. My own worst architect, I called them features, not the bugs. My own worst architect, the tugs toward the self-defeating by my design. My own worst architect, the line on the blueprint pointing inward. My own worst architect, the splinter. My own worst architect, the author. My own worst architect, the daughter. Wait, the builder of the cage. My own worst architect, the stage. My own worst architect, I built it. My own worst architect, I filled it with the chosen limitations. My own worst architect, the stations of the cross. I built myself, my own worst architect, the shelf where the bad idea lives. My woodwork, own worst architect, the good work, I could redesign it, have the tools. My own worst architect, the rules I drew, I can rewrite them. My own worst architect, I've cited them as permanent, their pencil. My own worst architect, the stencil of the trap, original drawing. My own worst architect, the gnawing. My own worst architect, the knowing. My own worst architect, the slowing of the demolition. My own worst architect, the mission. My own worst architect, I built in my own worst architect and tilted the foundation. My angle, my own worst architect, the tangle of the self-designed obstruction. My own worst architect, the function was the feeling safe in limits. My own worst architect, the minutes. What if I hired someone else? My own worst architect, the shelf life of the self as designer expired. My own worst architect, I'm tired of my own blueprints. My own worst architect, the prints on the drawing board, my handwriting. My own worst architect, the fight. Electric guitar, electric guitar. My own worst architect, the building stands. My own worst architect, and comfortable damage, warmth in the bruise. Comfortable damage, I know what it does. It should feel worse than it does. The familiar buzz is the comfort, the escort into the known. The predictable, the medical explanation is the dopamine, the currency of the known bad, the sad fact, familiar pain, prefer the comfortable damage. The preference, the familiar at the center. The comfortable damage, peculiar but chosen. The comfortable damage, and I live there. The comfortable damage, I live there. The spoken defense of the chosen, broken. The comfortable damage, sensible. I tried it briefly, the unfamiliar. Strange was the feeling when good got near. The ceiling of it felt like a threat, and yet the broken felt like home. The house's habit, the rabbit run. I circle back to what I know. The comfortable damage, the address. I'll confess I keep returning. The comfortable damage, the reference. I keep learning. The comfortable damage, and I live there. The comfortable damage, I live there. The spoken defense of the chosen, broken. The comfortable damage, sensible. Comfortable, the damage management of the self through the familiar. Preference for the chosen, hurt the dirt of the known versus the clean unknown. I've grown. The comfortable damage, home. The comfortable damage, home. The comfortable damage. And mirror confrontation, bass deep bar 2, hip hop drums bar 3. The mirror listens, doesn't agree. Excuses in the mirror in need, with the arsenal of justifications. Excuses in the mirror, the nations of the reason fully populated. Excuses in the mirror, elated by my own logic momentarily. Excuses in the mirror, the very mirror unmoved. Excuses in the mirror, improved is not how the mirror would describe. Excuses in the mirror, the tribe of the self-excuse. I lead it. Excuses in the mirror, I feed it. Every morning, new material. Excuses in the mirror, cereal. Excuses in the mirror, the daily. Excuses in the mirror, the Bailey. Courtroom verdict known already. Excuses in the mirror, steady. Excuses in the mirror, and he knows. Excuses in the mirror, the pros of the elaborate justification. Excuses in the mirror, the station of the liar is the mirror. Excuses in the mirror, the clearer the excuse, the weaker the case. Excuses in the mirror, the face. I've gotten creative, impressive. Excuses in the mirror, aggressive in the argument construction. Excuses in the mirror, the function of the creative applied wrongly. Excuses in the mirror, the only audience who doesn't buy it. Excuses in the mirror, the quiet. Excuses in the mirror, the staring. Excuses in the mirror, the sharing of the self with the self. Excuses in the mirror, the shelf. Excuses in the mirror, and he knows. Excuses in the mirror, the rows of the reasons impeccably ordered. Excuses in the mirror, the bordered frame of the self-deception. Excuses in the mirror, the exception. I claim the mirror declines. Excuses in the mirror, the lines. What if I stopped explaining? Excuses in the mirror, retraining the mouth from the excuse. Excuses in the mirror, the truth with the mirror is the honesty. Excuses in the mirror, and we both know me and the mirror. Excuses in the mirror, clearer. Excuses in the mirror. The mirror knows. Excuses in the mirror. The race that loops. Bass beat bar 2. Driving hip hop, drums bar 3. Running hard, going nowhere specific. Still running the same race, terrific is the effort. Wasteful the direction. Still running the same race, the reflection of the previous lap identical. Still running the same race, the vertical progress, horizontal reality. Still running the same race, the totality of the miles in the circle. Still running the same race, the hurdle forward is the loop. Still running the same race, the group of previous finishes, none. Still running the same race to run without the destination. Still running the same race, the patience. Still running the same race, the exhaustion. Running the same race, the frostiness of the metal, non-existent. Still running the same race, persistent. Still running the same race, every gear. Still running the same race, the gears different, course the same. Still running the same race, the game has no new levels, same arena. Still running the same race, cleaner version of the lap, still circular. Still running the same race, particular. I've trained for this, been training. Still running the same race, complaining about the circular. The choice, still running the same race. The voice that says the track is the problem. Still running the same race, the bottom of the truth is the direction. Still running the same race, correction. Still running the same race, the circular. Still running the same race, the vernacular of the looping internalized. Still running the same race, outside. Still running the same race, every year. Still running the same race, the fear of the stopping keeps the running. Still running the same race, the cunning of the habit is the motion. Still running the same race, the ocean crossed and same shore landing. Still running the same race, outstanding. What if I stop? What if I stop? What if I stopped and chose a different track? Still running the same race, the knack for the same loop deep in the muscle. Still running the same race, the hustle was impressive, the course designed by me. Still running the same race, and free is a different starting line. Still running the same race, fine. Still running the same race, same finish. Still running the same race. I complain about the walls, I built them. Built this wall myself and filled them with the bricks of every defense. Built this wall myself, the dense construction of the protection. Built this wall myself, the section by section of the keeping out. Built this wall myself, the doubt was the first brick I remember. Built this wall myself, September of the year I stopped the trusting. Built this wall myself, adjusting every entrance, making smaller. Built this wall myself, the taller it grew, the more I justified it. Built this wall myself, I tried it. Built this wall myself, the irony. Built this wall myself, the tyranny of the self-constructed limit. Built this wall myself, and in it built this wall myself, and here I live. Built this wall myself, and what I give the world is filtered by my structure. Built this wall myself, the rupture of the wall will be the crisis. Built this wall myself, the prices of the safety are the oscillation. Built this wall myself, the nation. I showed the wall to no one. Building, built this wall myself, the gilding of the necessary. I called it. Built this wall myself, forestalled it. Every invitation to the tearing. Built this wall myself. The wearing of the wall is architecture. Built this wall myself. The texture. Built this wall myself. The living. Built this wall myself. The giving up of the open for the certain. Built this wall myself. The curtain. Built this wall myself. And here I live. Built this wall myself. And I still give myself the story of the imposed. Built this wall myself. The closed was always my decision. Built this wall myself. The vision of the outside through my portal. Built this wall myself. The mortal. Built this wall myself, the finer points my own instruction. Built this wall myself, destruction. Built this wall myself, live here. Built this wall myself, and predictable, the relapse schedule. Incredible is the consistency, the timing, the relapse schedule, the priming of the conditions I've observed, the relapse schedule, the curved ball I never actually throws, the relapse schedule, and those who know me place the bet, the relapse schedule. And yet I'm surprised every instance. The relapse schedule, the distance between the stop and the starting again. The relapse schedule, the win has a pattern I've acknowledged. The relapse schedule, the knowledge. The relapse schedule, the pencil. The relapse schedule, the stencil of the return already drawn. The relapse schedule, reborn. The relapse schedule, right on time. The relapse schedule, the crime scene, same configuration. The relapse schedule, the nation of the cycled. I'm the mayor. The relapse schedule, the layer cake of the stopping and the starting. Relapse schedule, the darting. I've tried disrupting the conditions. The relapse schedule, the missions of the pattern breaking noble. The relapse schedule, the global positioning of the habit. The relapse schedule, I grab it by the ankle, still returns. The relapse schedule and earns. The relapse schedule, the seasonal. The relapse schedule, the reasonable expectation of the return. The relapse schedule, I discern. The relapse schedule, right on time. The relapse schedule, the rhyme of the cycle, almost poetic. The relapse schedule, prophetic. Is the self-knowledge useless? The relapse schedule, the ruthless calendar circling the day. The relapse schedule, running late. The schedule doesn't negotiate. The relapse schedule, the weight of the consistency impressive. The relapse schedule, obsessive in its accuracy. The relapse schedule and I circle the same day annually. The relapse schedule manually. The relapse schedule on time. The relapse schedule and I see the exit every time. The exit I keep missing. The rhyme of the road. The sign approaching. The exit I keep missing. Encroaching on the lane. I need to move. The exit I keep missing. The groove of the wrong direction. Comfortable. The exit I keep missing. Unsuitable is the lane but familiar. The exit I keep missing. Peculiar. Peace in passing. The departure. The exit I keep missing. The charter. Flight to the different. Missed again. The exit I keep missing. And when did I learn to love the wrong lane? The exit I keep missing. The same. The exit I keep missing. The seeing. The exit I keep missing. The being aware and staying in the wrong lane. The exit I keep missing. The rain. The exit I keep missing. The sign. The exit I keep missing. The line that reads turn here. I read it. The exit I keep missing. I need it and I pass it every time. The exit I keep missing. The crime is the awareness without action. The exit I keep missing. The fraction. I've set the GPS correctly. The exit I keep missing objectively. The route is known. The exit marked. The exit I keep missing. The parked car is not my style. I'm moving. The exit I keep missing. Improving is the destination unreached. The exit I keep missing. I preached. The exit I keep missing. The passing. The exit I keep missing. The grasping for the wheel a beat too late. The exit I keep missing. The gate. The exit I keep missing. The sign. The exit I keep missing. The line blurs at speed and I'm moving. The exit I keep missing. Approving of the lane I shouldn't be in. The exit I keep missing. The grin of the habitual. The known route. The exit I keep missing. The shout. The exit exists. I've confirmed it. The exit I keep missing. I've learned it by its absence in the rear view. The exit I keep missing. Review of the mirrors. Too late again. The exit I keep missing. The when is always passing. Always miss. The exit I keep missing. The list. The exit I keep missing. And the exit I keep missing. There it goes. The exit I keep missing. And moving without deciding. Moving without deciding. Sent deep bar 5. Hip hop drums bar 6. Nobody's flying, we're all just alone. Autopilot to nowhere, the song of the unconscious, the choosing. Autopilot to nowhere, the losing of the wheel to the pre-programmed. Autopilot to nowhere, the slammed into the habit, no decision. Autopilot to nowhere, the mission was the living, became the drifting. Autopilot to nowhere, the sifting of the day through the automatic. Autopilot to nowhere, the dramatic choice to not choose. Autopilot to nowhere, the shoes walk the same path without the owner. Autopilot to nowhere, the loner. Autopilot to nowhere, the flying. Autopilot to nowhere, the dying of the agency. Gradual. Autopilot to nowhere, habitual. Autopilot to nowhere, the plane. Autopilot to nowhere, the lane. Changes I don't remember making. Autopilot to nowhere, the waking. At the destination unintended. Autopilot to nowhere, the blended day that became the year. Autopilot Yeah, the cockpit is technically manned. Autopilot to know where the hand on the wheel, decorative. Autopilot to know where the native intelligence of the habit. Autopilot to know where I grab it from the autopilot. Sometimes autopilot to know where the rhymes. Autopilot to know where the vessel. Autopilot to know where the wrestle with the wheel. Insufficient. Autopilot to know where efficient. Autopilot to know where the plane. Autopilot to know where the gain. And altitude not guaranteed. Autopilot to know where the need for the pilot to engage. Autopilot to know where the gauge of the automatic self-maintained. Autopilot to know where the train. Who programmed the autopilot? Autopilot to know where the pilot was the previous version of me. Autopilot to know where and free was not the setting. Autopilot to know where regretting the surrender of the wheel. Autopilot to know where the real. Autopilot to know where still moving. Autopilot to know where. First thing, I tend the habit. I feed the habit daily. The rabbit of the routine gets its morning. I feed the habit daily, adorning the first hour with the ritual. I feed the habit daily, habitual is the word before I'm conscious. I feed the habit daily, the promise to the pattern is the earliest. I feed the habit daily, the eeriest part. The efficiency, I feed the habit daily. The science of the self-sabotage conducted. I feed the habit daily, instructed by the ears of the repetition. I feed the habit daily, the mission. I feed the habit daily, the morning. I feed the habit daily, adorning it. With the bad first choice, I feed the habit daily, the voice. I feed the habit daily, and it grows. I feed the habit daily, and it knows the schedule, the maintenance window. I feed the habit daily, the sin, no, not the sin, the ritual. I feed the habit daily, habitual. It's the more honest description. I feed the habit daily, the fiction. It would die if I stopped feeding. I feed the habit daily, and leading is the habit over the intention. I feed the habit daily, the pension of the bad choice I'm paying in. I feed the habit daily and begin again tomorrow feeding. I feed the habit daily, the seeding. I feed the habit daily, the tending. I feed the habit daily, the blending of the choice into the automatic. I feed the habit daily, dramatic. I feed the habit daily, and it grows. I feed the habit daily, and it shows in the outcomes, in the results. I feed the habit daily, the adults in the room have tried to tell me I feed the habit daily. Compelled is the word, compulsion's cousin. I feed the habit daily, a dozen. What if I just forgot to feed it? I feed the habit daily, I need it. Is the feeling habit daily. Stop. I feed the habit daily. Same time. I feed the habit daily. And I've studied at the school of the repeated, fluent in failure, competed for the top marks and the missing, fluent in failure, the hissing of the steam, the good intention, fluent in failure, the dimension of the self where I'm the expert, fluent in failure, the desert of the succeeded I've visited, fluent in failure, the visited, not the resident, the tourist, fluent in failure, the purest of the imperfect execution, fluent in failure, the solution, always readable, the failing, fluent in failure, still exhaling, fluent in failure, the language, fluent in failure, the management, through the articulation, fluent in failure, the nation, fluent in failure, I speak it fluently, fluent in failure, I cue the scene of the fallen with the expertise, fluent in failure, the degrees were earned in the field, fluent in failure, the yield of the study is the pattern, fluent in failure, the Saturn dialect, the North American, fluent in failure, the managing of the expectation downward, fluent in failure, the towered achievement of the incomplete, fluent in failure, the repeat builds fluency, I've read that, fluent in failure, the head pat, fluent in failure, the practiced, fluent in failure, the cactus grows in the dry, I grow in the failing, fluent in failure, the wailing, fluent in failure, I speak it fluently, fluent in failure, frequently is the word, the conversation, fluent in failure, the nation of the looped on, an ambassador, failure, the pastor of the repeated the sermon, fluent in failure, the vermin. What would fluency and success sound like? Fluent in failure, the night of the imagined unfamiliar, fluent in failure, peculiar tongue, the success speaker, fluent in failure, the seeker of the new dialect, fluent in failure, the defect, fluent in failure, first language, fluent in failure, end. Without changing, bar 4, bass deep, bar 6, hip hop drums, bar 7. I apologize, well genuinely, the apology tour, the scene of the contrition, full and textured, the apology tour. The next word is the same, that I am so sorry, the apology tour. The gory detail of the feeling badly, the apology tour. And gladly do they accept the performance, the apology tour. The importance of the sincerity I deliver, the apology tour. The giver of the best apology, and then the apology tour. And when the same event recurring, the apology tour. The dates, the apology tour. The states I visited in the sorry, the apology tour. The glory, the apology tour. The apology tour. I'm better at the sorry than the stopping, the apology tour. The apology tour. The chopping block of the behavior untouched, the apology tour. The apology tour. As much as the word can carry, the apology tour. They've gotten used to the production, the the apology tour. The ruction of the sorry masterclass. The apology tour. The past masters of the art I studied. The apology tour. The muddy line between the meaning and the apology tour and seeing it. The sold out, the apology tour. The code out of the change. Consistently, the apology tour. And I'm free. The apology tour. The apology tour. Intact behavior behind the sorry. Apology tour. Ooh, the apology tour. The story of the apologized and repeated. The apology tour. Defeated is the recipient eventually. The apology tour. The apology tour. The best apology is the change. The apology tour. The range of the tour has to end somewhere. The apology tour. Aware, know the difference. The apology tour. The clearance between the sorry and the stopping. The apology tour. The dropping. Sorry. Quiet. The apology tour. The apology tour. Half asleep, drifting. Bass, deep, bar, 3. Eyes open, technically driving. Half asleep at the wheel, arriving wherever the road decides. Half asleep at the wheel, the rides of the semi-conscious accumulate. Half asleep at the wheel, the weight of the drowsy at the controls. Half asleep at the wheel, the tolls of the road. I paid them blinking. Half asleep at the wheel, thinking is a generous description. Half asleep at the wheel, the script is the muscle memory. Half asleep at the wheel and free is the wheel from my attention. Half asleep at the wheel, the pension. Half asleep at the wheel, the driving. Half asleep at the wheel, arriving somewhere without the full choosing. Half asleep at the wheel and losing. Half asleep at the wheel and going. Half asleep at the wheel and slowing, only for the red lights. Technically, half asleep at the wheel. Skeptically, the self regards the driving. Half asleep at the wheel, surviving each intersection by reflex. Half asleep at the wheel, the flex. I've made decisions, semi-conscious. Half asleep at the wheel, the nonsense of the big call in the drowsy hour. Half asleep at the wheel, the power of the half awake overestimated. Half asleep at the wheel, elated by nothing specifically. Half asleep at the wheel, epically. Half asleep at the wheel, the hazard. Half asleep at the wheel, the desert. Wait, the hazard of the drowsy. Half asleep at the wheel and lousy. Half asleep at the wheel and going. Half asleep at the wheel, not knowing the next turn till I'm in it. Half asleep at the wheel, the minute of the wake. Breathing, receding. Half asleep at the wheel and speeding to the familiar wrong direction. Half asleep at the wheel, correction. Pull over, rest the eyes. Half asleep at the wheel, the lies of the almost awake, convincing. Half asleep at the wheel, the wincing at the near miss in the rear view. Half asleep at the wheel, the preview of the crash I've been avoiding. Half asleep at the wheel, the voiding. Half asleep at the wheel and going. Half asleep at the wheel and slowing, only for the red lights. technically. Half asleep at the wheel, skeptically the self regards the driving. Half asleep at the wheel, surviving each intersection by reflex. Half asleep at the wheel, the flex. Half asleep at the wheel, eyes open. Half asleep at the wheel end. Last habit standing. I've broken all the others. One remains. The last habit standing. The chains are this one, singular, specific. The last habit standing, terrific at the surviving while the others fell. The last habit standing and tell me how one outlasts 30 years. The last habit standing, the peers were conquered, recommendations taken. The last habit standing, the awakened parts, acknowledge them completely. The last habit standing and neatly filed the victories beside the one. The last habit standing, the sun rises on the last remaining. The last habit standing, the reigning champion of the unaddressed. The last habit standing, the best, defend its stronghold of the pattern. The last habit standing, the Saturn of the cycle, final orbit. The last habit standing, absorb it is what I've done, absorb and sustain it. The last habit standing, maintain it. The last habit standing, the choosing, the last habit standing, the using of the last one as the anchor, the last habit standing, the rancor of the self-directed at the final. The last habit standing, the spinal column of the unexamined. The last habit standing, the famine. The last habit standing, the one I count. The last habit standing, the swept floor of the behavior. This one hidden. The last habit standing, the forbidden knowledge that I know it's last. The last habit standing, the past fell around it. This one standing, the last habit standing, demanding the attention I keep redirecting. The last habit standing, reflecting on the mirror, final target. The last habit standing, the market of the comfortable price to last. The last habit standing, contrast to the conquered. This one breathing. The last habit standing, seething. The last habit standing, the question. The last habit standing, the session that I've been delaying. The last habit standing, the pain of the price has been postponed. The last habit standing, thing I pretend I don't acknowledge. The last habit standing, the college. Know it, I just named it right now. The last habit standing. And how long has the knowing been the not doing? The last habit standing, the brewing of the confrontation overdue. The last habit standing, the view from the almost changed is almost the last habit standing. The most difficult by design. The last habit standing, the fine print of the recovery. The last habit standing, discovery of the core beneath the others. The last habit standing, the mothers of pattern root system. The last habit standing, the schism. The last habit standing, the final. The last habit standing, the spinal reckoning. This one or the choosing. The last habit standing and losing it is the fullness of the change. The last habit standing, rearrange. I see the pattern clearly, finally. The loop finally breaks, and I know the difference between the knowing. The loop finally breaks, and going past the knowledge into the different. The loop finally breaks, indifferent, no longer to the outcome. The loop finally breaks, become the one who breaks the loop, not just names it. The loop finally breaks, who claims it, and then acts the novel sequence, the loop finally breaks. The lenience I gave the habit, withdrawn, the loop finally breaks. The drawn line between the before and the after, the loop finally breaks. The chapter, the loop finally breaks. The day, the loop finally breaks. The way the air tastes different without it, the loop finally breaks. Throughout it, the loop finally breaks and I'm standing. The loop finally breaks, the landing is the actual change, not the announcing. The loop finally breaks the denouncing of the old version, action-based. The loop finally breaks and faced is the self without the habit. The loop finally breaks, I grab it. The different for the first time, holding the loop finally breaks. The unfolding of the after, the stranger territory, the loop finally breaks. The glory is the unfamiliar, the loop finally breaks. Peculiar joy of the unloop morning, the loop finally breaks. Adorning I've been here before, the promising, the loop finally breaks. The blossoming of the too early celebration, the loop finally breaks. The station of the actually different, how to know, the loop finally breaks. The show of the proof is in the Tuesday, the loop finally breaks. And the always after is the real test, the loop finally breaks. The best evidence is the accumulation, the loop finally breaks. The foundation is the day by day, not the proclamation, the loop finally breaks. The nation of the change dispopulated, the loop finally breaks. Elated, the loop finally breaks. And strange, the loop finally breaks. The range of the new is the beginning, the loop finally breaks. The winning is the waking without the ritual, the loop finally breaks. Habitual is the new one building slowly, the loop finally breaks. The holy, the loop finally breaks in the morning, the loop finally breaks, adorning the day without the reaching for. The loop finally breaks. The drawer that I used to open first, empty feeling, the loop finally breaks. The healing is the emptiness I'm learning, the loop finally breaks. The turning from the automatic to the chosen, the loop finally breaks. The frozen pattern going slow and certain, the loop finally breaks. The curtain rises on the differently structured day. The loop finally breaks the new way.